Hello everyone, good morning. So we are working on block 2 to the showstopper. I actually seen a couple of your showstopper blocks over at my Facebook page. I do have a Facebook page, so you can go over there and check it. It's Pastryqueen's Farm Adventures, and you can post a picture of your completed block. So I actually just completed this morning. So there's my showstopper block. I will also be posting this on my Facebook page, and in the comments you can post yours. I'm gonna put this up on the board. So I'm a little bit more relaxed. Still like dealing with some autoimmune stuff, but it's getting there. It's getting better. So we are going to work on the Dancing Bear block, which is this block here, and it comes from this book. And let's see, here's the book. Quilting on the Double, and it's right here. This is where you're going to find your measurements. It's on page 8 and 9 of this book. So what I figured out, I have my little cheat sheet here. All right. So on the Dancing Bear block, you are going to need 4 of fabric. Let's see. Yes, you're going to need 4 of fabric 2, which is your background fabric. So 4 of fabric 2. And when I say 4, that means 4 of what the size is here, which I can't give you because it's not my block. I mean, not my pattern. And then you would need, to make HSTs, you're going to need 8 of your fabric 3 and 8 of your fabric 2. And I went ahead and drew the line. Let's see if you can see it better. Drew the line on there so that I can sew on both sides. Then you will need 4, and I'm using my girls again, my ladies, my masquerade ladies, 4 of your focal fabric. So you're going to cut all that out. So you should have these, and these. Being that mine are directional focal fabric, I have to be careful how I put it in my block. And we'll discuss that in a little bit. So let's go and let's make some HSTs. And yes, we're going to do this in real time so that you get a feeling of how long things take. So we're going to come in here and we are going to do a 1/4 inch on both sides. We're going to do 8 of them. So 8 of these squares get done. In the book, it will tell you a lot more because it's telling you to make like what you would need to make a whole quilt. But being that we're not making a whole quilt, this is what you would need to make this quilt. A lot of you have asked that a lot of you have commented a lot about that you found 6 yards excessive yardage to make this quilt, and is that absolutely necessary? So my answer to you, and I did answer some, is that I have figured out the background fabric. The background fabric is close to 2 yards. I have not figured out the other fabrics because I'm doing this, I guess you would say, control scrappy. I mean, it's really not scrappy, but it's definitely not, I'm not using 2 yards of, one particular fabric. So on my last block, you saw I used the Masquerade Lady for one of my colors, which is the focal. And then I use like this dotted fabric for the other, and then the background. Well, with this Dancing Bear, I'm still using the focal fabric, and I'm still using that dot fabric. So I've done 2 parts of this quilt, still using 2 half-yard cuts, which equals 1 yard. And after doing my first block and working on this block, I still actually have more of my, I guess you would call, I call it dot, but it's more like mimicking embroidery, right? Because it looks like dots here. So I still have, I would say a quarter, I'm looking at it right now, it's over there. I'd say I have a 1/4 yard still left after making these 2 blocks of this. The masquerade lady, if I didn't cut it into Swiss cheese, because I fussy cut all those ladies out, I probably would have, I probably still have a 1/4 yard as well. So I'm kind of keeping track, but so far I have used, out of like, not the background fabric of the other fabric, I've used about a 1/2 yard, you know, let's say around about 1/4 yard of each color. I hope that helps. If it's excessive, because I've never made this quilt this way, I mean, we can make it for, use it for borders. You could use it for piece backing with some more pieces if need be. And you know what? If you just don't have the amount of fabric, if you make this scrappy, then you're just adding scraps to the different parts that we're making. I wish I had a more clear answer, but because I have not made this prior, I can't give you a definitive answer. But I understand the concern, because the size is 40 by 58. So a lot of you thought it should have been a twin size if we were using 2 kits from Fabric Cafe or bought 6 yards of fabric. So it's going to be a learning curve for both of us, really. I'm just taking you on my journey of making the blocks and doing my best to keep track of how much fabric I've used. So there is all my HSTs. When I look at this, the borders are really skinny. So maybe there's a way to, I don't know, enlarge them if we have extra fabric. All right, so now I have these sewn, and I know I've gotten some of you saying that HSTs are not your most favorite thing to make, but you know, it's actually, I find that it's in a lot of patterns. It's hard to get away from it, but you know, I respect that. So now I'm going to cut, we're on the line that I drew here, and then I will iron these. And I brought my little ironing board. I have my little station over here that I can show you. The other day I didn't have my iron station with me. All right, so I'm almost done. I hope, I mean, I know this is going to be a long video, but I kind of want to show you real time on doing this. While I have been working on this, I have finished all my other obligations as of right now, so I feel that I have more time to think about like what the green swap is going to, the green quilt from the green fabric swap fabrics. You know, I'm still trying to work stuff out. So, all right, here we go. I think I'm going to move all this. Bring this here closer. There we go. So now we are going to go ahead and iron all these. Of course, set that in, and we're going to iron all our HSTs open. So when I say we're going to open, sew all our HST open, that's really up to you. It's your preference if you want to press all the seams open. I try to figure out how to press my seams for my quilt. In this case, I have no idea yet. I'm just pressing to the dark. And when I go to the construction of the block, if I feel it will lay flatter, I'll go back and re-iron a couple a different way. So right now, let's do this. And I'm going to do half the amount on here right now. I'm going to, though, iron them all, but as far as completing all the blocks, we'll see. Just kind of wanted to give you more of a view of making these half square triangles. Now I have something called a block lock. Let's see if I have it there. Oops, I forgot to set that. And I use that to trim. There is, there's another one, the clearly slotted ruler, I think it's called, that people use. Now I like my block lock better, and I know I've said that before. There's nothing against the clearly slotted ruler. As a matter of fact, I think I might buy, I've tried it only once that someone else had. The thing is about trimming HSTs and why people find it a nightmare is because honestly, it's the tool you use. I found these a nightmare. I can't tell you how I didn't like it. I kind of steered away from quilts that used it. And then I used that block lock. And now I'm in love. I love making HSTs for quilts. Now, do I want to make 200 HSTs? Probably not. But if I needed to, I can. And it's so personal, really it is. I had a lady who said that she takes a regular ruler, just like this, and puts tape on it on one edge. And Karen Brown is who actually came, well, I don't know. I watched Karen Brown many years ago, and she was one of her tricks. And I did that, and it works. It's not that it doesn't work. So then there's, you know, you've got this, and then you kind of find the size you need to trim. So you come here, you put this down. Here is my rotary cutter. If you could see, there's a diagonal line there. You would line that diagonal line onto the measurement you would need, and then you just trim, and you just hold this. I know it slips, and that's what it is when I used to do this and I used to use this, it used to slip and drive me nuts. So you know, because you have to be. And then yes, I did the tape where you could put the tape. So there's that way, right? Then I'm gonna just put this here. Then you have Lori Holt makes something called Cute Cuts. You could use this for cutting. You could use this as, you know, your trimming device, though she has trimmers too. And you just kind of find, there is no center line on this, so I just kind of follow the diagonal. And then you could come in here and you can trim all the way around. Okay, that's if you had the exact. And then another way, and I don't have a clearly slotted ruler, so I can't show you. If I had one, I would show you. Maybe I should get one to show you. This is my block lock. And it's bigger than the size, but it's okay. So the trick about the block lock is you need to know where you iron. So if I iron towards the dark, the block lock, like logo, faces that way. So it would face that way. And it just kind of locks in. I can't explain it, it just locks in. And let's see, am I on the camera? So I'm gonna come in here and I'm going to find where I'd like to trim this down, and I go all the way around. And then I slide this down to the measurement I need and trim. And then you have your HST. So I'm going to come here and I'm not going to trim them all, but I am going to trim some enough to make a block here. And I'm going to need 4 of these HST to make a block. And I'll need 16 total to make all the ones that I need for this quilt, because you need 4 of these blocks. Sorry if that's, I don't mean to confuse anyone. All right, so here we go. We're gonna lay out the block. And here we go. I have my design board that I made. If you would like more information on this, you can go on my website. I mean, on my website. I don't have a website. Scratch it. You can go onto my YouTube page and search, and I have done a video on making this. So this board isn't big enough. I could get a bigger board. Let's see. Yep, let me go get my bigger board. I make these in multiple sizes. All right, here it is. Now I'm going to put this down. And what I need to do is look on which way I'm going to make this. So I'm going to make her this way, which means I need to put this background square over here, because she's up top looking this way. And then I am putting my HSTs. And if you're not using a one directional fabric, then it's not anything to concern yourself with. It's just I am. So that's one side. So we are going to sew this right now just the way it is, and I am going to go ahead and just take my top 2. Can you see? Let me pull up. Yeah, there we go. And we're going to go down. And then I am going to cut, because I'm not webbing this because it's a little bit different construction. I'm going to open this and put my next HST right next to it. And now we have the top. I'm going to put that down. I'm going to take these 2 HSTs and join them. So I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to join them together. So we have the top row, then we're working on the side, first column on the side. And put it right back, because I want to double check that everything looks the same. Okay, so we have this. So this top row is completely sewn. Now we are going to iron this. I'm going to sew this to this. So let's go our ironing board. And some people don't, some people finger press. It's what you want. And I always said it, because sometimes I get myself a little lost. Sometimes, you know, just happens. And then I'm going to come and bring that over and line everything up. If you feel more comfortable to pin, please go right ahead. I am just coming in here and coming across to do this. And I'm going to cut my thread, and I have this part. Now, I'm going to come in here. I am going to press the big block. So it's going to be pressed towards the big block. And then I'm going to take these that I had just done, and I'm going to press, actually this will be press out and out. So let me show you what I just did. This one here, oops, I've got to fix something here. And there we go. Before I show, oops, I did it again. Here we go. So this is what the back looks like. This is pressed this way and this is pressed this way. Now I put this together and they nest and interlock because one seam is going that way, one seam is going this way. Now here I will absolutely, and that's just me, you don't have to, but I will pin right there where that seam is going to nest, just to make sure that I hit that point. You don't have to. You do you. You do what makes you happy. All right. Now we are going to come on in here. We are going to set the machine and we are going to give it a go. Now, at this point, you could have done all 4 of yours by chain piecing. I didn't because I'm trying to teach you this one block. And also because I have directional fabric that I need to worry about. If you don't want to worry about your directional fabric, you don't have to worry about it. So now I come in and I'm setting my seam, let's see, on my big piece here, and then I'm flipping it over. I am pressing to large block, and your block is finished. And this is what the back looks like. So now we're going to go to the design wall, and we're going to place everything before I sew the rest. And that I will not be doing on camera. All right, so let's come on over. Yes, hello. So we have our center block, and this block is going to go right here. Now I'm going to set my other ladies down because look, they're all directional. And I am going to put my ladies so that I know that they're not upside down, or because if I made them all like this, look what would happen. I would have it sideways, and I don't want my lady doing that. So that's why I am coming here and presenting my ladies to the design wall. And then I will come in here and actually put in my block, how I want it sewn. It's the best way so I don't make a mistake and I don't meet Jack. So there we go. So then the white corners, they go here and they go here. And now I have these. I have not trimmed these, so I would have to trim these, but then I would set them out. I really would. I would set them out. I would trim them all first and then set them out. And because this is, I'm taping this, I want to make this a little shorter video, but I come in here and I place them, and then I know exactly how I am supposed to be sewing these. Now, if you don't have a design wall, you could use a tablecloth with a flannel backing at like the dollar store and tack it up on a wall. If you don't have a wall, maybe have a bed. If you don't have a bed, maybe the floor. I have done so many ways. I have sewn in hotels. I just make do. So I'm going to put my last HST, and here we go. I'm going to give you the look-see. Let me bring you over here. Oops, sorry. And that's the top. And that's the bottom. So that's block 2. Block 2 is called Dancing Bears, and you're going to make 4 of them. And this is slowly we're laying out our quilt. So I hope everyone has a fantastic day. Take care of yourself. I'm slowing down. I know you've noticed. So I'm not going to pretend it's not happening. I'm slowing down. I'm taking care of myself. So take care of yourself. Pass it forward. And please, please, please subscribe. It will help me tremendously. It's free to subscribe. Like, comment, share my progress, my videos. Share them to the world. Also, just to clarify, subscribing is different than being a member. So subscription, you could just subscribe for free and my videos pop up in your feed. If you want to be a member, that's different. There's a membership button and you could choose from Chickadee or the Happy Hens. Right now, what I'm doing for that is, I see you online, I say hi, but I say hi to you anyway. It doesn't matter. It's just, I say hi. It's just an option that YouTube gave me. But I do something. The one thing I do different is that there's a raffle or a giveaway. No, I shouldn't call it that. There's a pass it forward that I do for my members once a month. And in the Chickadees, you get fabric squares, and in the in the Happy Hens, you get a fat quarter. So Rhonda's fat quarter went out yesterday to her. The other person got theirs sent to them. Of course, if you haven't gotten it, please let me know. You can find my information in the About button. And what else? Oh, and if you just want to support me and not be a member, that's great too. There's a thank you button, and you can hit a thank you button and you can send thanks. And it depends. I use it to buy fabric. Sometimes I use it for shipping. The last time I did need to ship a quilt. I don't ship quilts often. Sometimes I have sponsors who help me ship the quilts, or if they need a quilt, they know someone who needs a quilt, they take the quilt and then they ship it to the person. But the last time I got 2 or 3 thanks, I did use your money to ship this quilt to someone. So thank you so much. I appreciate you all and have a fabulous day. So your homework, second block, and don't forget to post your pictures and progress at my Facebook page. Bye.